All right, let's talk about AI in HR. There's so much noise, right? So much hype. Today, we're going to cut through all of that. Behind the flashy demos and the big, bold promises, there's a much more interesting story happening. Let's get into it.
I mean, you see these slick keynote presentations, but the real conversations, the ones happening in the hallways and on hushed Zoom calls, are way more about anxiety than excitement. We're going to go behind the curtain and really unpack the hype, the fear, and where the genuine opportunity is for the future of work.
So, to really understand what's happening right now, you need a phrase that just captures the feeling in the air. And honestly, it's a moment of incredible innovation, but it also feels like everything is happening everywhere all at once. And that quote from Lydia Wu just nails it, doesn't it? Beautifully chaotic. I love that. The beautiful part is key because it gets at the energy of real disruption. For the first time in, well, a long time, HR tech is seeing this incredible flood of new ideas and pure creativity. I mean, seriously, think about it. For decades, a lot of HR technology was basically just about automating the 1980s, taking a physical filing cabinet and making it digital. This is completely different. This is a fundamental ground-up shift. It's a true tech renaissance for the entire function. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. This whole renaissance is creating this weird split personality inside the HR community. There's this huge contrast between how professionals are using AI at home versus how they're thinking about it at work. So you've got HR folks at home, they're early adopters, they're playing with ChatGPT, and they love it. They're all in. Then they walk into the office and bam, the walls go up. All that enthusiasm just flips into skepticism, distrust, and even real fear. It's a complete 180. So why? Why the total whiplash? Why would you embrace AI personally, but then distrust it so deeply in your professional life? Well, the answer seems to be this potent cocktail of hype, fear, and a few inconvenient truths nobody really wants to talk about. So let's break down where all this anxiety is coming from. First, you've got the overwhelming speed of change. Then there's this super aggressive marketing from vendors. And finally, the really deep foundational problems inside organizations that AI is threatening to drag into the light. People feel like they have whiplash. The pace is just insane. And on top of that, you have some vendors who are basically selling fear. They're tapping into that fear of missing out, making leaders feel like if they don't buy right now, they're already hopelessly behind. Okay, so to really get a handle on this hype, you have to hear this story from an HR tech analyst. They're at a conference, and a vendor is proudly demoing their brand new intelligent AI assistant, supposedly a total game changer. But they were demoing it on a tool called Figma. Right, so what is Figma? It's a design tool. You use it to make pictures of what an app could look like. It's not a real working product. It's basically the equivalent of selling you a car based on a really cool sketch on a napkin. And this massive disconnect between the marketing and the reality, it is fueling huge skepticism. And all this hype, it's not happening everywhere equally. You've got these major hotspots. Talent acquisition? Oh yeah, it's on fire. It's always the first to try new tech, and often the first to die with it. But then you look at a super complex, data-heavy area like compensation, and it's practically a ghost town for AI innovation. Which brings us to a really, really important point. The pragmatic leaders out there, they're hitting the pause button. They're realizing you can't just go out and buy an AI tool and hope it fixes everything. You have to get your own house in order first. Because here's the brutal truth about AI. It's an amplifier. It's a giant magnifying glass. If you have messy data, guess what? AI is going to make it 10 times messier. If your processes are broken, AI will just help you do broken things faster. It doesn't fix your foundational flaws, it makes them 100 times more obvious. So what's the solution? It's a totally new kind of partnership between HR and IT. And look, this isn't about asking HR people to learn how to code. Not at all. It's about HR getting incredibly good at explaining their own logic, articulating their processes so clearly that a tech team can actually build the right thing. HR brings the what and the why, and IT brings the how. But, and this is a big but, for that to work, something huge has to change culturally. It means you have to tear down the walls between recruiting and benefits and payroll. It means leaders have to get comfortable saying, you know what, I don't know the answer to that, tell me more. It means real collaboration with zero ego. And you know what? All this hard work, All this foundational stuff, it's all leading somewhere really exciting, because the real goal here isn't to replace humans. It's to unlock the one skill that is truly, uniquely ours. Think about it. For a long time, the value of a great HR person was that they were a walking encyclopedia of compliance rules. They were knowledge hoarders. Well, guess what? An AI can recite employment law in a nanosecond. That's not the differentiator anymore. The new superpower for HR isn't just knowing things, it's connecting things. It's about creativity. It's the uniquely human ability to look at a messy, complicated people problem, synthesize ideas from all over the place, and come up with a novel solution. We let AI handle the repetitive stuff, which frees us up to actually innovate. So in the end, bringing AI into your company is so much more than a tech project. It's a cultural one. AI is a mirror. It's going to hold that mirror up to your organization, to your data, your culture, your collaboration, everything. And it's going to show you exactly what's working and what's broken. So the real question isn't just, what can AI do for us? It's, what will it show us about ourselves? And are you ready for that reflection?